I mean, for them, that's their game. Like us, it's video games. Them, gambling. But one's a cheaper hobby. Yeah. I would say that 100%. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the latest episode of the Leisure Hub podcast. We are your hosts, Justin and Mother Flipjack Flappin' Syrup Pancake Smackin'
Pedro.
Wow, you got a long name.
I like the intro.
Yeah. How'd you come up with that name?
Pedro?
No.
I don't know, bro. Ask I don't know.
Your mama?
Like Pedro.
Did your mom name you, or did your dad come up with your name?
Huh?
Did your dad name you, or did your mom name you, or was it a collaborative effort?
I think it was a collaborative. Maybe probably my dad had more say.
Yeah. What's your dad's name?
Pedro.
There you go. You know,
that's exactly why I say it.
You know, it's funny because you know what my mom or what my dad wanted to name me?
What?
Herbert the Third.
Bro, I
see it. No. Could you imagine?
I see it. Herb.
What would you?
I would call you.
Little Herbie.
Herb.
Little Herbie.
So your dad's name is Herbert.
Herbert. Herb.
I don't know, man.
I'm just saying.
Hey, it's a name.
It is a name.
It's a cool name.
It is a name. And then the alternative name would have been Chris.
That's too common though. Nowadays.
It's too common, and I feel like every black kid has the name Chris.
Really?
Everybody hates Chris. Everybody hates Chris.
Every black bro, that's fucked up.
No, the show. Anyway, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is an interesting topic.
It will be.
Oh, it's 100% going to be. Literally, we were talking about it at the very beginning of this podcast. But basically, let's throw a little dream sequence in.
That's a dream sequence.
You do one. You just did exactly what I just did. You just did exactly what I just did. So I appreciate that. But no, so like you were talking about stocks, right? And there was one stock specifically that everybody was chasing after in 2020 during COVID. What was that stock be?
GameStop, bro.
GameStop.
They made the headlines.
They made headlines. They made a shit ton of money. People lost a shit ton of money. People also gained a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
But the huge prediction for GameStop was that it was dying. Like it was going to fail within the next like several months during 2020. So the topic of this podcast is how the hell is GameStop still in business? I genuinely want to know the answer to this.
They're fighting.
They are fighting for their lives.
Yeah.
Because they were supposed to be dead 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And they've been holding on strong. They've been making a lot of good business changes, like different CEO. They've been changing their business model. Instead of like just selling games, they've been selling like
they're trying to hang on.
Yeah. But I just think, you know, if they're selling game merch, I don't see how that's a sustainable business.
Right.
And then again, people have made business work from like different things, but I could be wrong. Just a little touch though, their fall. So their decline again was in 2020.
Yeah. But it was just bound to happen. Like with more digital coming in. Anyways, continue.
No. Go ahead.
No, like I feel
finish.
Finish.
Yeah.
No, I feel like it was bound to happen too. Like just in the direction that gaming is heading, you know.
Yeah.
Like physical copies and digital. I mean, we've talked about this before.
Yeah,
that was all.
Yeah, digital games are, I guess, at that point. I mean, have been. I don't want to say at that point because like they were an option.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, people were leaning more towards a digital game, and so like you can see how a physical based store not going to sustain itself very well unless it shifts its business strategies to something else.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at that time, at 2020, they were projected to fail within like the next couple of months, if not a year. And
so they were supposed to be like been dead.
Yeah. And so a lot of people in the stock game were what's the term again? Not shorting them.
What?
But it's like when you pump a whole bunch of money into a stock and it just ends up like raising it.
Ooh.
I don't remember what it's called. But anyway,
yeah.
Their stock kept increasing in 2020. Yeah. Were you a part of that?
Nope.
No, I was. I lost $3K. $3K to that.
Yeah.
And I remember
that was the way, bro. It was everywhere.
Yeah. I remember I was working from home at that time, like completely working from home at my last job. And like my friends and I were just throwing money in. I remember I gained like at this point, like I gained like 1,800 to 2,000 from it.
Damn, bro, you should have backed out.
I should have, but I backed out, and then the stock was like said to go back up. Yeah. A lot of people on Reddit were saying it's going to go back up. It's going to go back up. Come on, guys! Like, you know, put more money in, put more money in, put more money in, and the stock never reached back what it was supposed to be at, and I ended up losing like 2-3K. Yeah. So like, I mean, like, and that was just their stock. And then there was a whole bunch of word that their CEO was changing, and then their business strategy was changing. Instead of just selling video games, they were going to be selling like game merch. Yeah. And they were going to be selling memorabilia, and they're going to be selling more like statues and different like controllers and stuff like that, just to get like their get to branch out into the market. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I mean, still within, you know, the gaming industry and a lot of entertainment stuff.
Yeah. And where they are now, I just, you know, when's the last time you bought a game from GameStop?
I can't tell you. I just go to the locally
owned ones.
Yeah, like Just Press Play.
Yeah. I haven't been to Just Press Play in a long ass time.
They're opening up like a mega store.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I did hear about that. I don't know why I'm surprised. Yeah. But
they're awesome.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I the last time I went into a GameStop, I was actually like, I would probably say a year ago. I went. There was a ramen shop, literally right down. Do you know where
the Fruitville Pike Walmart?
Yeah, the Fruitville. Yeah. So that GameStop, that was the one GameStop I remember going to you with.
We got Black Ops 3.
Yeah. And what did you do as soon as you got it?
I was like, what was it like? I started yelling or screaming or something.
You're like, yeah, let's go.
I was young and stupid.
Well, no, you're like, bro, watch this. And he's like, no, everybody wants to do the same exact thing, but I'm going to do it for him.
Yeah, you're right. I remember that.
Yeah. Literally.
I knew he was going to get mad at me.
You just laugh every time, and it's not a joke.
I don't care, bro. It's a joke to me.
Yeah, but it's $400. It's a $400 joke.
It's all right, bro.
All right. Well, when you pay for the $400,
that's fine.
That's fine. No, I'm kidding. But I distinctly remember walking out of GameStop and then being able to like you just doing that. But GameStop was one of those places that always had like that was the place to be for a gamer.
Yeah.
Now it's like there's so many memes about GameStop. There's so many memes about GameStop. Yeah. You go to trade in a game.
I mean, it's true.
It is true, bro. There's one period I remember as a kid. I think I had to have brought in like 30 games.
You get like $10.
I got $10. They're like, we'll give you $5 in cash, but we'll give you $40 in store credit.
Like, what the fuck,
bro? Brand new games too.
Yeah,
you could buy a brand new game, still in the wrapper.
Nah, not still in the wrapper. Not all like that, bro. You're exaggerating.
No, GameStop would do this. You could buy a brand new game, still be in the wrapper, take it back to GameStop. You're like, I'll give you like $5 for it. Bro, it's a brand new game. What are you talking about? I literally just bought that. There's been so many memes about GameStop. Yeah,
but that's how they stay in business. That's how they did it. That's
how they did do it. I mean, like, whether that's sustainable or not, I mean, it built a bad reputation for them.
Yeah.
Did you ever want to work at a GameStop?
Of course. I feel like every gamer at some point, you know, damn, like working at GameStop, talking about games all the time.
Talk about games all the time, but then more importantly, you get discounted games.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like it's a win-win situation. Yeah.
But then you hear people that worked on GameStop and they're like,
just don't work there.
Don't do it.
Yeah. But that's like every job.
Yeah, true.
That's like every job is like, don't work there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I remember there's times where you and we would go meet up. We would go to GameStop and we would just, like a couple years ago, we would go to the one on Fruitful Pike, the one that's across from I'm blanking. There's like a
Marshalls.
Yeah, there's a Marshalls.
Golden Triangle.
Yeah, Golden Triangle.
Yeah.
That one, you and I would go up there, pick up a game, and
You'll see
like
statues in there and stuff like that. They were selling statues at the time.
Yeah, but it's like I think with like what they're doing right now with their business strategy, at least from what I know about, is like I don't see how that will sustain itself. Like selling statues and selling game merch. Like how is that a profit?
I feel like it's an online store. It's like a physical online store, basically.
Right, but there's so many other places where you can buy that at, those stuff at.
Exactly.
I mean? So it's like how is it unique?
It's kind of pointless. It's like I feel like it's, you know how physical stores get turned into online stores?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like it's the opposite with GameStop. It's like an online store turned into physical. Like why?
Yeah.
You don't need. I mean, you could get it anywhere on the internet.
Yeah.
You know, I guess it's for more people that are still into, because believe it or not, like people shop online and see it normal as hell, but there's some people out there that just prefer going out there and buy what you find.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like buying stuff online, but there is a specific thing about going to a store and actually like picking something up and then going home. Like there is like a, especially when you go with some friends or something, or like your significant other, there's a vibe there. Yeah. You know, like, I mean, sometimes like for convenience, like, bro, I don't feel like going anywhere. So you just buy something online.
Exactly.
But there is a commodity of going to a store and actually picking something up.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing I could think of that they're targeting.
Yeah. But I mean, have you seen that even Best Buy has removed pretty much all physical
bro, that's kind of sad. I went to Walmart, I went to Target, and like their gaming areas are almost empty. Yeah. It was like, wow. Crazy.
Even like controllers and stuff?
No, not controllers and stuff, just like the games.
Bro, I can't tell you how many times I've gone to Target or Walmart or wherever to just like I had to, as a kid, going with my mom or my parents or whoever, like the only thing I cared about was going to the game section.
I know.
And like I would be there for hours looking at the same 5 games. You know what I mean?
It's so true, bro.
You ever see that meme of the kid just like staring, like they're breaking their neck to stare up at the game
at the Walmart?
Yeah. Like that was me.
That was the hangout spot.
Yeah, it's like you go there, like you know your parents know where you're at.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So and you won't sometimes you wouldn't even leave the store with any games. You just like wanted to see them.
Yeah. Like I was
right there.
It's like
I'm so close to it.
Oh, I want. But see, the thing is with as being a kid, and like looking at those is like now you and I hear about game releases all the time. I mean, I don't know how much you follow games now, but
no, I follow games.
Yeah, but it's like as a kid, like there was, at least growing up. I mean, they didn't really have a lot of. I sound old when I say that. I hate it. What? They didn't really have a lot of networks to see what games were coming out. Like when I was like 8 years old, like IGN, like a lot of these blogs that talked about new upcoming games.
It just wasn't as accessible or like exposed.
I mean, YouTube was a thing in 2007.
Oh, it was, but it's not as exposed as it is now.
No, you're right, but I'm saying 2007 we were like 14. But I'm saying
no.
Yes.
No way, bro.
2007?
2007 we were 14?
Yeah.
No, we're like 12.
12 or 13.
Oh, well, you're okay.
Yeah. But if you like, you're 8 years old or you're 6 years old, like there's no articles, there's no YouTube doesn't even exist at that point. For us, it didn't really exist.
No.
So it was like we had gaming magazines. Did you ever have gaming magazines?
What's Game Informer back then?
Yeah, Game Informer. Yep.
I think I had it for like the free trial, and that's about it. I think not like, free trial with the GameStop membership. Yeah. That wasn't back then. That was already as an adult. So no.
So Game Informer was like the one and only way that I knew about games that were coming out, and even then, like most of the time, I had those magazines. the games have already been out for like a couple of years. So the only way that I was ever finding out about new games that were coming out was when I was going to Walmart or Target to look at the glass case.
Yeah. Look what's new.
To see what's in there.
Yeah, exactly.
That was it. Like,
exactly.
I didn't really, there was no other way to know what games were coming out. Now it's like, if you want to know what games are coming out, hop on social media, hop on IGN, watch a YouTube video. Here's the whole set of games that are coming out for the year. And
there's something boring about that.
Yeah, it is kind of boring. And well, we also had E3. E3, which rest in peace, we had that. But we don't really have that. We have Sony State of Play, we have Nintendo State of Play, and does Microsoft call theirs that too? Microsoft State of Play?
I don't know, but they do have an event.
They do have an event. So those are the main ways that people find out about games now. Like obviously social media, YouTube, and those events. And there's also there's a summer one. Some studios have their own individual ones. Like Ubisoft has their own, I think.
Yeah. And
then there's like a summer fest where there's just tons of games being announced that aren't belonging to Sony or Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo. So they kind of have their own like
they're
thing.
Usually like bigger studios.
And who's the guy? I always forget his name. He does the Game Awards. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No.
He's been the host of the Game Awards for like a while now.
Yeah, I just care about the games that are coming out.
Well, he's very known in like the gaming industry. Yeah. You gotta keep talking while I look him up.
Yeah, bro. I wouldn't remember him. To be honest, when I see the shows, I don't even see. I mean, the only one I know was Phil Spencer. That's and like people like Joe Secott and I mean big names like that. Yeah, I'll remember, but like especially when I'm watching like a game premiere,
Jeff Keighley.
Jeff Keighley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've ever heard of him?
Never.
Oh, well, he's pretty big in the gaming sphere. But anyway,
you see that? Yeah, like I just care about the games. Like if I see something like that,
I mean,
like
I do
game
too.
premieres and stuff like that, it's just a game.
That's usually also like he has he hosts the Game Awards, but he also does another thing where like a whole bunch of games are also announced too. So I'm pretty sure I might be butchering that, but there is another one that I'm blanking on. So, but like that's sorry, what were you saying? I cut you off to say that.
No, I just said like if I'm ever watching like game premieres and stuff like that, I just pay attention to the games.
Yeah.
I'm not really like big into like names.
Yeah. Neither am I. It's hard for me to follow some games. Like the major ones that I know about are like Kojima and stuff like that. But basically, yeah, like I mean, those are really the only ways that we were ever finding out about games. Yeah. And so like now those are like the main ways to find out about games. GameStop was like the place to find out about it.
They got posters. It's like coming
in
date.
Pre-orders, like pre-order bonuses. Like I feel like at that time pre-order bonuses were like they were actually good. You got a good amount of shit with it. Yeah, you know what I mean.
You used to get more like the collector's edition, like statues, stuff like that. Yeah. Like they were actually, like you said, worth it.
Yeah, I kind of missed that era though. Like I kind of missed that like
midnight release era type
midnight release. Especially Call of Duty, like different games, like you like had like actual like parties, like not parties, but like
they used
hangout
to bring pizza
sessions.
Out and shit.
And GameStop even used to be like like when Super Smash came out, they would have like little tournaments before the game release actually came out. That's like dope. That was the shit. I think if anything, the future for GameStop, like I think they should lean more into like those types of communal events. Just saying. I mean, that's really, really made GameStop like as a business, right? A business needs to kind of separate itself from other stuff. It has to be unique, right? But if GameStop is just selling the same old shit that every other company is selling, and there's nothing unique about it, like it's literally failing as we speak. Like their stock, I haven't even checked it lately, but I'm actually curious to see what their stock is.
And their whole thing was the whole physical games. Yeah, that has always been like their bread and butter.
Yeah, it's at $28 or $25.
Wow.
Yeah.
Back in 2020, what was down? It's like $5. But I'm kind of
in 2020.
Yeah.
No. It was at like 200.
No, right before that, like right before the big spike.
The
I'm pretty
spike
sure
was
it was like at $5.
Yeah, the spike was at like $200-300. I think the max it hit was like $500.
That's a big spike, bro. Probably a lot of people made mad money.
A lot of people are like set from that. The closing price for GameStop in 2020 was $4.71 December 31st, 2021, and it was up 206.8% for the year. That's insane.
You imagine like seeing, oh shit, my stocks just went up.
You
like,
had to have known that you had to have known that. That will forever go down in stock history.
Yeah.
Like GameStop was like I don't know anything else about like, I mean, I know some small things about stocks, but that right there was like one of the biggest moments in stock history, like recent times.
Yeah.
And that's insane.
The GameStop.
Wow.
And then I remember it wasn't only GameStop, it was also the movie theater place.
AMC.
Yeah.
AMC, Nvidia.
And it was because of like Reddit. Was it because of Reddit?
Yeah. There's like a whole thing with like people trying to short stocks and stuff like that, and
it got bad.
Yeah. It was like people like all out war in the stock community. Like people were actually trying to like no, these
you can't buy
like these hedge funds are trying to like destroy these stocks. Like so let's like try to like fuck them over and then let's just raise the stock even higher. And there's a whole community trying to like screw over hedge funds and everything. Everything like that. So
yeah, it was bad. Like I remember that.
Yeah.
2020. 2020 was
it was a wild year. Wild year. It was a fun year. Yeah. I mean, for some people, for other people, it was.
It's fun to remember.
Yeah, look back. To me. Yeah, same. But like, I think if they were to change their business model, like to do more of those like communal events, like obviously like charge people for it because you can't do it for free. But like, though, I feel like that's what really
like a game lounge.
Yeah, like I feel like that, like you have to make it unique, right? You have retro, you have current, and like you have like some tournaments or whatever, and you pay to go in it, like. I feel like if they started doing more of those types of things, like unique things that are only at GameStops, that is like sponsored by GameStop and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like, I think they would kind of have more of a resurgence. Like, you know what I mean? They could 100, because like selling games, it's multiple stores have that.
Yeah.
Right. But then again, like you said, like they're Walmart, Target, Best Buy, they're cleaning those sections out. So if they can hang out and do something else on the side and be the only company in the sphere that, hey, we still have physical games and we have retro.
Yeah.
And you can buy them for like a good price. Like, I feel like that would make them unique, but they do need to have something more than that because that would not be sustainable.
I feel like they would need something more than that because like I'm picturing it and like, so you have your GameStop and you have kids. You have anywhere from kids to older people, right? So what if your GameStop is like flooded with kids and it becomes like just like a kids place?
Yeah.
You get what I feel like that's the only I guess obstacle that you would have to face when it comes to that. So that's why I think like you need something a little bit more than that.
Right. And like
for them to stay like relevant.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, like the statement goes the money is not in like the money is not in like, so movies, for example, the money isn't the most amount of money you make is not necessarily from the box office. When you push a movie out and you go to the movie theater and people pay for the tickets, it's not really like, yeah, you get a huge chunk of money from that, but the majority of the money that you get is from the memorabilia that you sell.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
After, because why do you think Disney and Nintendo do it damn well? They don't care. Like, yeah, they make the movie, whatever. Yeah, they make the game, whatever. Yeah, Disney makes the movie, whatever. That's not where they're making the huge amount of money on that product. It's from the merch. That's where you make a whole bunch of money from. But like, that's their specific. They have specific IPs where they can actually generate that revenue.
Yeah.
GameStop doesn't have that. They literally have to you have to work with another company in order to get their product shipped in to their store, right? But at the same time, like if let's say they have a thing with Nintendo, it has to be exclusive, right? But like, or let's say it's not exclusive. Let's say it's like they have like Mario shirts there, right? Yeah. Well, I can go to Walmart or Target and something like that and find a Mario shirt.
True.
Or I can go to what's the one at the mall? There's a couple different stores at the mall that have anime and gaming related stuff.
It's GameStop, and I thought the other one they closed it down.
FYE. The FYE is still open.
Oh, you mean like merch?
Yeah.
Well, there's GameStop, there's FYE. Sometimes even BAM has stuff.
Where's the anime? What's the anime ones? It's not Spencer's.
Otaku?
Otaku.
Yeah.
Like there's like different ones. It's like, and I know GameStop has some anime stuff in there too. Yeah. So it's like, you know, like you're not really selling anything that's like unique. Right. It would have to be something that's specifically, hey, we worked out a deal with so-and-so game company, studio, whatever. And we're having this product you can only get at GameStop, and it has to be something dope.
See, and the thing is, I feel like GameStop. I don't know. I'm just talking
out of your ass.
Yeah, I'm just talking out my ass here. Like GameStop, they tried to do games. Didn't they try? What was the game called? The Song of the Deep.
I don't know.
They worked with Insomniac, and they came out with this game. It was Song of the Deep, and it was a GameStop game.
Really?
Like the publisher was GameStop.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's a continuous thing that they're doing now with other studios or anything. But I remember I'm like, yo, it's GameStop trying to be a publisher and shit. You know what I mean? Instead of, you know, changing their ways.
That would be a cool little. Like,
yeah, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if it wasn't successful or they just didn't continue doing anything more like that. But I remember that game like hit the news. Like basically saying that it's GameStop working with Insomniac.
Yeah,
I think it was a pretty cool little game about like a submarine and.
I don't think I've ever heard that, but that would be pretty cool if they did like a publisher type of thing. Yeah, because then they would.
They sold a book with it. Like they will sell like the actual book of the story and like they like puzzle sets and stuff. They tried to hook up the merch around the game.
That's a good idea.
That was that's pretty smart, but I don't know if it worked out for them.
I mean, personally, I think that's what made GameStop unique though back then. Yeah. It's like, you know what I mean? They had these game releases that were coming out and they had these different editions you could only get at GameStop. You could go to Walmart and you can get the game. But if you go to GameStop, you're getting unique stuff,
like different DLC or stuff like that.
I wonder if that wasn't sustainable for them anymore, so they weren't able to do that. So they were like, we're losing too much money on this, so we have to stop.
I remember that, like the Walmart edition.
Yeah,
I remember that.
There's like Walmart, cool, whatever, but GameStop has this.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like, but the rise of GameStop and the quick descent of GameStop has a lot to do with digital gaming, like. Digital games are just, it's like in the next 20 years, I hate to say it, as much as like I love physical games, digital games are just way more convenient. And especially with the newer generation, like why would they want to go get a game when they can literally just sit on their couch and buy the game on their
and then this
console? This
is also like a whole nother topic also for another podcast. Yeah, because like, bro, the whole digital versus physical can get really deep.
Really?
Yeah, because like physical is good, you know. Digital is also good, but what about like if they strip away the licenses? You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it gets a little touchy because people start like.
Didn't we do an episode on physical and digital?
Giving their own opinions, I think so, but that could go on and on forever.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that could go on and on forever. And like while digital is good, physical is good. Physical also has its cons, so does digital. Yeah. So I think it just comes to preference.
Yeah. I think I was listening to a podcast today. It was the Beyond podcast from IGN. And they were like, there's like the one, maybe it wasn't that one. It was GameScoop. Those were the only two IGN ones that I listened to. But the point is, they were like, yeah, like, you know, digital is extremely convenient, but now you have this huge problem. And I said this to you before too. It was like, what happens when you're done with the game and you don't want it anymore? Yeah, you just you're stuck with it. Like you can't get rid of it. With the physical game, you can like at least like if you still buy physical right now and you don't want it in the next like 2 years, you can still sell it for like $10, sure,
Yeah.
but like at least you get something out of it. Whereas digital, like there's no means for you to get rid of the game. It's you just delete it, and that's pretty much it.
You lost your money.
Yeah, you lost your money. It's gone. So I mean, digital, like you said, we could go on and on and on about like digital versus physical, but like digital is where we're headed.
Yeah,
music is that way. Movies are heading that way. We're looking at streaming. And all forms of entertainment are leading more towards digital.
Yeah.
And because of that, and because of generations being more exposed to digital, it's getting harder and harder and harder to kind of push like physical. Although I will say trends do come back, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so like where they're not popular now, physical games will be trending.
Yeah, we'll be back
again. Yeah.
It's like we were talking about earlier, like, and I bet you they'll probably come up with something like, pay $10, $20 more and get the actual physical edition.
Yeah.
Well, back then it was just a physical edition.
That'll be the more expensive version. It'll be like, because normally you have the standard game, you have the deluxe, and then you have like the premium version, and the premium version or the deluxe one would be the physical disc.
Yeah.
But so standard $670 for a game or for like the digital version. But if you want the actual physical edition that comes with this and this,
yeah,
you can get the physical one, but it's going to cost you like $90 to get it.
Yeah, I can see
or
it.
$100.
I can see it.
Yeah,
because
100%.
people are going to appreciate more like the physical.
Yeah. Because I mean, even look at records. Records are huge right now. I mean, I don't know how much. I mean, they were.
They're still out in stores like Walmart or Target. You see records out there.
Yeah, but
you want to see that?
No,
in the 2000s, I don't think so.
No, I mean, nobody really cared about vinyl records. Yeah. They were just like, why do I want that? Yeah. But now it's vintage. So physical games are gonna become vintage at some point, and they're gonna be like, well, we kind of want it. And if GameStop can hang on long enough, they would be the vintage store to go to. The vintage. And I think personally, so the question is really like, how long can they hold out? Like if they can hold out for long enough where that can happen, they'll make it. Yeah. But they have to make it through like this like growing pain.
And they're fighting.
Yeah, they are fighting.
Yeah.
But they also the thing that kind of like that screws them is their name.
GameStop.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's like gaming is stopping. But you know what I mean though? Like, Apple is the name Apple is random. Like it could be whatever it wants to be. Yeah. If Apple wants to get into other than like software and creating phones, they could start making movies if they wanted to. They could start producing movies if they wanted to start getting. They already are in the gaming sphere, but if they wanted to be a producer for a game or publisher for a game, they could do that because their name is just so like universal that it could do whatever.
Games. Yeah.
Well, it's universal.
I go with
you know what I mean. Yeah. But GameStop is specifically just game oriented.
Yeah.
So it makes it very hard for them to do anything outside of games. Like and that's why it's like, when you're trying to start your own business or like the podcast, for example, people are like, yeah, you have to pick a niche and you have to stick with that and just do that. Well, it gets challenging because like, yeah, you can make a thing about games or you can make a thing about movies, but you have millions of other people who are making commentary or whatever about those two topics.
Yeah.
So it's like now you have to really set yourself apart even more to talk
more competition.
And like at some point there's going to be every topic that's been talked about when it comes to like gaming or movies. But if you have a universal thing that has multiple different like avenues, then you can kind of talk about whatever. You never run stagnant. You know what I mean? Whereas GameStop, the name itself kind of forces itself to be just a gaming oriented store. Yeah.
Like, or just like games, like board games. It has to be games.
It has to be something game related. Yeah.
I feel like they could work that shit out with something, but it has to be playful at that point.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I mean, Toys R Us, dead.
Damn, bro. Crazy.
Yeah, a lot of stores are. Radio Shack, you remember that shit?
Yeah.
Dead. Yeah. But there's been a lot of like instances where companies have come and the companies have gone.
But Netflix was like basically, bro. Like I saw Netflix and I'm like,
Ain't no way.
Yo, like, and when are they gonna give up?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I used to see their ads. I
Yeah.
used to see their commercials. It's like, who gets this shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I guess people did. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And look at them now.
Yeah. I mean, there's still Blockbusters are still around.
Are they?
There's like one Blockbuster open in existence.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I'm gonna look that one up too.
And
I've heard
they still sell.
it's not owned by like the typical people anymore. The
Right,
one like there was like a fan, somebody who really liked Blockbuster, and he bought it, the last one, and
holy crap! What? I'm actually interested in this story, bro.
let me search it real quick.
Oh, okay. But yeah, bro,
Yeah,
like Blockbuster. I
it's-
mean, it's
it's
kind of cool if you had the money, right? I guess.
It's in
Crazy.
it's in
fam.
Oregon.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
It's on the other side of the country.
yeah. It's the last Blockbuster on Earth, Bend, Oregon. Wow.
I bet you it's a tourist spot.
Oh, 100%.
Till we just stop there.
Bro, I'm looking
Does it have
inside
like
the
what,
GameStop.
VCRs and
Looks
stuff?
exactly like I remember, bro.
What, the Blockbuster?
Yeah, the Blockbuster.
It got the blues and yellows.
Blues and yellows, got the everything
It
set
got
up.
the rug.
The rug. Yep. Bro, everything's exactly the same. Not the same. The shit hasn't even changed one bit.
That's crazy.
The guy who's keeping this Best Buy in business.
Best Buy.
Sorry, Best Buy. The Blockbuster in business is doing God's work.
Yeah. For real.
Because see now, they do like an attractions type of thing.
I bet that's
It's-
nostalgia.
Now it's unique.
Yeah.
They're literally like they're the only one in existence.
Yeah.
It's a unique business.
Bro,
There's nothing like it.
Let's buy a GameStop.
What's that?
Let's buy a GameStop.
All right, here's
Let's be the
20.
last ones to have one.
All right, we got to make it work though, because if it flounders, then it's no saving it.
Right. That'll be cool though.
That's insane, bro. Like I'm actually kind of hope the last GameStop in existence, the last Blockbuster in collab.
Wow.
Blockbuster GameStop collab. Well, I mean,
Can you still rent like VCRs and stuff? Like that?
I don't know, bro. Let's go to Oregon and find out.
Yeah, let's go.
I'll buy the plane tickets right now.
That would be cool though. If you could still like just choose from the movies there.
Yeah, I would assume that they have like renting set up.
Yeah, for like new movies coming
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Like, why not?
Yeah.
Right.
What are your personal feelings about GameStop overall though? Like, how do you remember it as a kid? Like, do you have fond memories? Do you have like a love-hate relationship with it? Like,
No,
what
I
do you-
have a love relationship actually,
Yeah,
because like that was like my first. I'm at GameStop. Like everything here is games. It's like kind
Yeah.
of going to that gaming section at Walmart. Well, GameStop was
yeah.
everything.
It's like a kid in a candy store.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now the whole, you traded in your games and they give you shit for it. I never really got to experience it, but
Yeah.
actually I did. But I just didn't care. I just wanted
Really?
something for my games,
You never really experienced it that much,
I experienced it, my bad, a lot.
bro.
But I didn't care for it. I didn't care for it because like I knew their business, like that's what they make money
Yeah,
out of.
I have post-consumer regret still to this day.
Wow, you actually traded like
I
almost
traded
new
in a
game?
big stack of games, like more than 2 times. But there's 2 times that I can think of. One was PS2 era, traded in a stack of games, and one was PS3 era, traded in a stack of games. And I think back to it, and the games that I had, I regret it because some of those games I'm like, man, I wish I could play them.
Yeah.
I can't play them
You
anymore
can't.
because I have to go buy them again.
Where they at now?
Where are the games?
That's crazy.
Somewhere they're floating in the ether.
You think of like how many games you had, and then think of every other gamer. It's like a lot of games, but where are they at?
When you when you say that, I gotta send you this clip, but it reminds me of this Key and Peele skit where
Key and
they're smoking on the staircase, and he's like, "Bro, I just had this thought." He's like, "What's up, Darnell?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Have you ever thought, where's your poop go?" Like he's like, "No," he's like, "Down the toilet, bro." Like where? He's like, "No, but like, where'd it go after that?" And he's like it goes in the
Yeah.
sewer, and then your dookie. Where does your dookie go? And then
I need to watch that. I don't think I watched it.
Basically, it gets to like he's like, I don't know, man. Like it goes down to the ocean, and he's like, well, what happens when it's in the ocean?
It's like he keeps going and going.
And he's like, I don't know, like, bro, I don't want to talk. We really got to keep talking about your dookie. And he's like, I don't know, the fish eat it. And he's like, dookie fish, damn. And then he's like, he was saying how the water cycle, the water evaporates. Yeah. He's like, my dookie is making a dookie cloud. And it's raining back onto me. Dookie rain. It's just like this whole like.
That's true though.
Yeah, I don't know why. I remember why I brought that up.
I don't know why.
Yeah, whatever. It's a good Key and Peele skip. I'll pop it up right there if you guys want to watch it. If
I need to watch it. I'm watching that tonight.
Yeah, go watch that one. I mean, I've had a love-hate relationship, as you can tell. Like I said, I had a post-consumerism like regret from them. But I do have a lot of fond memories of going in there, picking up a game, and just like, I don't know, like it's going in there and shooting the shit with like the cashiers who know a lot about games. It's just like,
you really test them out.
It's really cool. It's just like how you and I talk about games sometimes. It's like they're literally exposed to it.
Yeah.
Like every day. And like I think it has to be one of the easiest. Like I think it would be the easiest, enjoyable, but sometimes frustrating job.
I always thought of it like that.
Because not only are you working around games, and not only are you talking with people who love games, that's the main thing. Like I would just be like, and you get discounts and everything like that. I would just love to be a part of that. Yeah. But then the shitty part is like when you have like shitty customers, and then like, you got to get up early to open the store and close the store late, and you got to work weekends and blah, 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 blah. But that's just retail in general.
Probably have to deal a lot with like a lot of like entry level gamers, like, and then you have to explain a lot.
Yeah.
But I heard people.
But that's fun. I feel like that's fun.
Yeah, right. Same. But
like, I feel like you would enjoy that a lot, though.
Huh?
I feel like you would enjoy that.
I'm going to work at a GameStop.
Yeah,
I'm going to.
I'll go work with you too. Let's go apply at the same time at the same exact place.
Bro, that would actually be lit.
That'd be so fun.
If we get to do that, like you and me at a GameStop,
bro, nothing gets done. I'm the manager of this fucking GameStop. What do you expect?
Let's do it.
I bought every game in here. It's gone.
Gone.
And like early access to games, that was the other thing that you could get. Like, I mean, if you were working there, that was early access.
Early access to games. For real?
Yeah, bro.
Does that shit still happens today?
Bro, it's like working at Apple. You know about when the new phone's coming out.
True, but you actually get the phone? Did they actually have the game?
I'm sure you get like first dibs.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Before some of the, like, you get to secure yours. Have you ever worked retail?
No, not really.
No? Well, when I worked at Kohl's, there was like a period where like if something was coming out, you like during Black Friday, you could pick what you wanted really quick.
Yeah.
But you had to make sure you put it in like the special reserved area, and then so it was secured. But you couldn't purchase it until after the thing was done.
Oh, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you could reserve it, but you couldn't get it until after or whatever. Damn. But yeah, so like those are perks of working at some stores.
The
like
Xbox
that.
One, everything.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. You could reserve, like if there was like Xbox, you could reserve it or whatever. If no one picked it up or something like that. I don't remember the specifics of it, but yeah, man, GameStop. I'm hoping for them because like as a child, like from my childhood memories, I love it if they stayed open. But I mean, it's just the direction that they're heading.
It's way different. It has a totally different vibe now.
Yeah, it's not the same as it used to be, and it could never be that.
No.
Just with how the direction of technology, it just can't. It has
a good
run.
Yeah,
it was a good run
for the time.
You know what else is a good run? This podcast. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on the latest episode of the Leisure Hub podcast. We have been your handsome hosts, Justin and
Pedro.
Zaddy Pedro. Tatty Daddy. You thought I forgot about that. Zaddy. Tatty Daddy Zaddy. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Stay trending. Stay digital. And remember, physical is temporary, but memories last forever.
Damn.
Coming in hot.
Quote from the great Justin.
Just grow my beard out. A long, white, wise beard.
Merlin.
Peace, everybody. Wow. Before even the podcast episode ends, you take the headphones off.
Did it end?
No, now it's about to end.
Peace. How?
This guy's ready to go.